Hey guys, today we have Eric's 2020 KRX 1000 in the garage. We're going to be putting on a black sport front bumper from Kawasaki, and then we're also going to be putting on the upper headlight guard that goes with the bumper. He's actually had the bumper installed for a couple of years, but we figured we would do an install video to help people out. Also, do some walk-arounds so people can see what it looks like with just the lower bumper installed, and then also what it looks like with the upper headlight guards installed. So let's get into it. This is the 2020 KRX Black Sport front bumper from Kawasaki. Eric bought it off Amazon. It was about $225. That's before taxes. He's had it on for 2 years. It still looks really clean. He's been through a lot of brush and everything, and it still looks fairly good. This is the upper headlight guard. It's sold separately from the sport bumper. It cost about $169, and this just goes on top of the bumper and guards your headlights. I think it looks really cool. It's definitely worth the money. There's not a ton of components to install this bumper or the headlight guard. There's like 8 bolts that are required. They're all different lengths and sizes, so you got to make sure you get the right ones. If you were only going to install the sport front bumper, it does have some rubber caps for these bolt holes here on the top, and then it's got some plugs for the ends here, but we're not going to be installing those plugs because we are installing the brush guard. To install the sport front bumper, there are 4 main mounting locations where bolts are going to be installed. So there's 1 bolt on each of these pegs here, and then a long bolt with a nut on this bottom mounting bracket here. The kit does come with some longer bolts in case you have a winch. To install the bumper, we're first going to throw the bumper up there and then just loosely tighten the screws in. That way it's easy to put all the bolts in. So let's throw the bumper up. Then you got to kind of line it up with those holes on the tab on each side. Go to the other side. Come up a little. There we go. There we go. Now it's on there. We'll just put the bottom ones in now. We'll grab some wrenches and tighten them on up. The 2 lower bolts take a 15mm socket. The 2 bolts on the pegs, those take a 13mm socket. So we have our sockets, and we have some open end wrenches to help hold the nuts on the bottom. This is the 15mm socket and wrench. Now we'll tighten up these 13mm bolts on the pegs. This is what the sport bumper looks like without the headlight guard. We don't have the caps in there, but we're gonna be putting bolts through there, so we don't want to put the caps on. So this bumper does have like a rubber guard here. You can pop that out. And Kawasaki does make a 8-inch light bar that costs like $100 and some, just over $100. And it mounts up to this bracketing here inside the bumper, and then it plugs right into your stock harnesses, so the light bar comes on with your lights. Now we're going to throw on the headlight guard. So we'll put it in place here. That fits up pretty nice. Yeah, looks pretty good. All right, we'll throw the bolts in now. The end piece here is going to take this longer bolt with the cupped washer on the end. Let's see if I can get it in here. Wiggle it around. I got it started. I'm not gonna tighten it all the way down yet. We're gonna get all the bolts in first. Now we'll do the same on the other side. Now we have both end cap bolts installed. but now we have to put the one that's on the underside of here. This one's pretty difficult because if you wiggle the wrong way, you'll drop the bolt right down into this tube. Ask us how we know. To install this bolt, we're going to use an extension with the socket with the bolt inside of that, and then just try to kind of line it up without dropping it right down that hole. Looks like you got it there. All right, let's do the other side. All right, here we go. Oh, no problem. Watch the socket falls down. Good enough. This end cap bolt's a little bit tricky to tighten up. It's really hard to get like a socket in here because there's like a wall right here. You can't get like an impact. You probably could use a swivel, but we're using a ratcheting wrench. A little bit of a slow process. We'll do the other side. With this front bumper, you can use a lot of the aftermarket and OEM winch mounting options. And like I said, it does come with the longer bolts in case your winch kit would require that. One thing that I did want to note is that with this headlight guard installed, you can no longer just pop out this front grille, which is kind of cool because it keeps people from stealing it, especially if you got like an aftermarket grill insert. But at the same time, if you want to get to your radiator and clean it out, or if you need to pull the grill out to put an insert on it, you can't pull the grill out anymore with this headlight guard installed. It kind of just comes out there and runs straight into these edges here. Alright, that's all there is to installing the Kawasaki Sport front bumper and headlight guards. I think it looks a lot better with the bumper and headlight guards on. It makes it look a lot bulkier, meaner. It also adds a lot of protection. And like I said, he's used this bumper for about 2 years and it looks really awesome still. So it holds up pretty nice. It's a little bit thin. I think in a pretty big accident with like a tree or another side-by-side or something, it might bend or fold in a little bit, but I mean it's pretty tough. Both the bumper and the headlight guards were really easy to install, just a few bolts and it's on there and it looks really good. If you enjoyed this video, maybe check out some of our other videos on the channel. We have a lot of side-by-side content, sport quad content, snowmobile stuff. We even have an amphibious coot. I have a Yamaha YXZ, Eric has the KRX as far as side-by-sides, and we also have some YFZ 450s, TRX 450s, just a lot of off-road content in general, so check out those videos. If you like what you see as far as videos, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. It'd help us out greatly to be able to buy some parts and just make more and more content for you, and it kind of lets us know that people are actually enjoying or watching our videos. So, all right, well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.